Good morning. So, quick one today, all about what happens when you're thinking about quitting, stopping. Maybe it's easier to stop. And I wanted to share this today because, well, summer, things get in the way, and we can often justify things that maybe it's a busy time at the moment and maybe it'd be easier to start in a few months' time or easier to pick up again in a few months' time. And that might be true for you, absolutely. But a reminder that it's sometimes easier to keep going and lower your expectations than to stop altogether. Now, I want to share something that I've shared a lot, which happens whenever we change anything. Maybe we change a habit, maybe we start something new, maybe we're starting to add something to our routine, which is the emotional cycle of change. So you might have seen this before. Here, I'll just move this so you don't get the glare. There we go. You might have seen this before. Now, this I want to talk through here. You've got stage one, which is uninformed optimism. This is when you start something out where you're so excited, this blocks out any kind of fear or anything that might get in the way of this, okay? And we're super optimistic at this time, really excited. Then we go into stage two, which is informed pessimism. This is where maybe we start to realize that maybe it's not as easy as we thought. Maybe we've got to get up a bit earlier to fit the workout in. Maybe we've got to plan a meal that maybe seems like difficulty, but actually, planning is an interesting one. If you don't plan, someone else will plan the time in your day anyway. So you're going to end up doing something. You're going to have to do it eventually. And planning can seem like we lose our freedom. People say things like, I want to just go with it. But actually, that allows other people to fill our day with stuff, which is an interesting one. Anyway, we start to get this pessimism in. Can I stick to it? Am I fit enough? Will I be able to keep this going 6 months from now, even though the only thing we have to do is do it for today, because that means we're more likely to do it tomorrow. We're also building habits in on here. That's why habits are built, and things get easier. Our ability to handle stress improves the more we do that thing. We look at exercise. We break down muscle. We might be sore a little bit at times, but then it gets easier, it gets better. So then we move into the valley of despair, as we call it here. And this is where we've kind of got two options. We can quit. And, the funny thing is we get quite a lot of dopamine hit from this. When you quit something that's hard, you get an instant relief. You get an instant relief, which is, I no longer have to do that anymore. When I did penny fan and fan dance, there's times where you think I wouldn't have quit, to be honest, but there's times where you just think I'd love to just sit down, but I wanted to hit a certain time. I'd love to just stop this now. I'm actually in a bit of pain. My feet are killing me. Not to mention the legs, a bit of cramp in the calf, just coming in every now and then. And it's easier if I'd have stopped there and just maybe just chilled out for a bit, I'd have got instant relief. But then later on, I know I'd have been beating myself up, and I should have just kept going. I should have got that time. I did all that training, that preparation for it. And we never quit when it comes to, I'll never forget the day that we brought back our oldest kid. It was like, new baby, so exciting, everything, and then it was like, wow, this doesn't end, does it? This is busy. This is, you're pushing through and you're thinking, I am knackered now, let alone Mrs. Fruci. I was exhausted, just barely sleeping, trying to manage this new thing that you've now got, that you're not really sure what to do with. Changing a nappy. I remember changing a nappy, is this going to break them if I move them too much? I was I remember the midwife going, you can be a bit more, you can move them a bit more than that. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to break it at the time. But, everything is hard. And it's when you push through these moments that's where that success comes. And every thing that you've achieved in life, if you look at it, if you really look into it, I can guarantee there was a struggle before the breakthrough. There was a struggle before the breakthrough. And, I look at public speaking for myself, I used to be horrendous, almost looking back, and I just have to laugh. And it's really interesting. I would do anything not to public speak, within reason-ish. yeah, I literally call in sick. And this is things I'm paying thousands of pounds for at university, and I'd do anything not to go. I'd get bright red in the face, dry mouth, shaking, all of these things. And little did I know that by pushing through that, that's what built the confidence. Those small steps, putting my hand up in certain stages, practicing breathing, preparation being the key here. If I'm prepared, I know what I'm going to talk about. I'm more confident in it. I could go on. So, we get that kind of instant gratification from quitting. But the thing is, after a few days, we go back to going, you know what, it's hard anyway. We go back into that space of thinking, there's a reason why I started doing this. And that was because I wanted to feel different. And then we realize it's hard anyway. I need to start something else new. And then we repeat this cycle back to stage one. Now, if here we can push through that, and that's why we have everything that we do in terms of our accountability, our check-ins, all of these things that we do at Fruci Fit to help with that support, because we know that no matter what diet you do, one of the key things that is the common denominator every time with studies and research in terms of long-term weight loss maintenance, in terms of getting the results you want, is time and time again, the support, the accountability, what you do when things go wrong, how quickly do you get back to it straight away after that. Time and time again, it just shows this. And if we can push through that, we get to that informed optimism where we accept that there's going to be challenges. But actually, the challenges bring the rewards. And as hard as it is sometimes, you've got to consider it's going to be hard anyway. So you might as well choose the level of hard, that's me doing this, that's going to get you the results you want. So, just wanted to share that today. I hope that helps. Any questions, just let me know. And I will see you soon. Have an awesome weekend. Plenty of water. Stay safe. And I'll see you later.